cracking day here in Ventnor, as it often is. It's what is it, the second week in October, I believe. Just down here in Ventnor Bay, gonna have a quick walk up slope a little way. Not sure how far I'll get, we'll soon find out. But come along with me for a walk if you wish to do so. Stripped off to a t-shirt today because it's so warm. The old forecast was it for it to get cooler, but feels warmer to me if anything. The wind certainly isn't chilly. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's not a chilly breeze, which is nice. Going to see if there's any migrant birds around, I think. So I'm about to do, well, I need to put some of my very few belongings that are in the car, I need to put into storage somewhere. I think I've found some storage, just so then I can build out the bed frame in the car properly for the winter. And I'll probably build a little unit by the side when I've cleaned out the junk that's in there, so it's a bit more tidy. I'll do a little interior video for the car just to show you what my kind of sleeping setup is, my living setup if you like. As I've always said, I don't live in the car, I live from it. So I sleep in it overnight, make a cup of coffee first thing in the morning when I wake up, and then I'm outside of the car for basically the whole day, and then usually loitering around cafes and tea rooms and pubs to write when I'm doing writing and uploading videos like this one, and then return to the car later in the day, usually around about 5-6 o'clock. And I've got Amazon Prime and a little iPad, so I usually, in the evenings, I usually just sit in the car and read and cook something on my little jet boil stove, which I do need to change because I'm not a fan of jet boils. Not in that kind of context anyway. I'm sure they're very good for backpacking with a small gas cylinder, but they're not really good in a car in my view. They're too tall, they stand too tall to be really practical in a car. So going to get a new stove set up of some sort. There's a grey wagtail just flew up, calling. Somebody has asked me in the comments to, when I move around like this, to do it a lot more slowly. So that's a good bit of feedback. So I'll try to remember to do that. Walk a bit more slowly as well, probably. So these little clumps of sycamore is what the migrating chiffchaffs are after at this time of year. You can usually hear one or two here. There were one or two here earlier this morning. It's kind of about 1:30 in the afternoon now. But they love these sycamore canopies when they catch the sun, full of green fly. So lots of food in there for the little insect-eating, insectivorous birds, migrant birds. This wall here is still standing, amazingly enough, but we've barely had any proper rain so far this autumn, winter. Still autumn. Long may that continue, because we don't need any more rain in the Undercliff, as I've said in previous videos. But yeah, the current game plan, so I am keeping the car over this winter, as I've said before, so I am going to do a bit of a low-cost micro camper type build in it. Obviously it's already built out as a micro camper, but only balancing a piece of plywood on my books, which are underneath the plywood, and then a mattress thing over that. That's the bed basically. But the plan is to keep it until this time next year, so next autumn, when I'll either get rid of the car, assuming it lasts that long. It only cost me, I think it's 400 or 500 quid, pounds, one of the two. What's that, about $600 I suppose, so it didn't cost me very much. It's already paid for itself if I was, you know, compared to renting. But yeah, the plan is to keep it until the end of, or sorry, this time next year, so late autumn 2025. And what I'm hoping I can do by that stage is go to Southeast Asia for the winter. Chiang Mai probably, maybe back to Cambodia, where I've lived twice. And just spend my time writing books. Frantically writing lots and lots of stuff. I love writing, so that's not going to be difficult. And creating lots and lots of YouTube videos like this one, but from a different area, obviously, Southeast Asia. And I'm going to create some short courses as well, which I probably need to create at least one this year, 2024. Little experimental one, probably put it on Udemy or a similar, more straightforward platform. What's that little bird over there? Something flew into the cabbage palms over there. So I've looked through my binoculars. Can't see it now, but lots of birds. Absolutely adore the cabbage palms when they've got berries on them at this time of year. It's one of the go-to food sources for things like blackcaps and wood pigeons especially, and robins and black redstarts. We got quite a few black redstarts in the Undercliff. Well, quite a few. One or two, probably up to about 10 black redstarts wintering around Ventnor. Haven't seen any so far this autumn, so they've not arrived yet as far as I've noticed. Car trying to go down a one-way or a dead end. Can't go down this road because it's closed. Yeah, so my future plans are really predicated on my YouTube channels earning a bit of passive income, although there's nothing passive about it, to be honest, because shooting videos and editing and uploading them obviously takes time. So, you know, in terms of a day rate or an hourly rate, it costs me a lot more to create the videos than I'm earning from them in Google AdSense. But that's fine in the first few years of creating a YouTube channel. So I do get an income from AdSense, but it's only about £1.50 a day at the moment. Dropped off a bit again. Yeah, so predicated on the YouTube channels beginning to earn a bit more money, and the books beginning to sell, and they are. So quite impressed by how the 2 Ventnor books are selling. The other ones, I've got some books on passive income, and when I say books, they're very short. So they're booklets, really. Usually about 80 pages. Quite a few little migrant birds around here. Nice jay over there in a holm oak. Chiffchaff's calling. Look at that view, it's beautiful. Blackcap in the pampas grass, just flew down. And there's a few chiffies up in this sycamore directly above us. Let's move this microphone so I can use my binoculars properly. Not really a massive fan of this, I'll get it in camera view, this DJI microphone. Sound quality is good, it's just slightly awkward to use. So I might switch to the Lark M2, which are a tiny little button type microphone. See if that's any good with this Osmo Pocket 3. I've only ever used the DJI microphone on it because it's so good. So easy to connect. It's all very automatic. Such a great time of year for if you're into birds like I am. I've only got another 4 or 5 weeks of this migration though, and then it'll all be over for the winter. And I'm not a fan of winters in the UK. Hence wanting to get overseas every winter from now onwards. Apart from this coming winter, of course. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet a subscriber. It's obviously completely free. Just means my subscriber count increases, which is a good thing from the point of view of the algorithm. And YouTube then recommends the channel to more people if they see more people are subscribing to the channel, which is definitely a good thing from my point of view. And press the little like button for the video if you like this particular video, and you can obviously there's a little thanks button next to each video as well, next to the like button I think, below the video. And if you that's a way you can make a donation to each video, and thank you for people that are doing that. It's really, really kind, much appreciated. And yeah, recommend it as well, and do tell me in the comments section what you're most interested in. I've got a good spread of people who are interested in Ventnor specifically, so videos on this area in particular, and other people that are interested in the car life, living in a car, the kind of the extreme version of van life. So let me know in the comments section, if you wouldn't mind, to which particular theme you're most interested in. It's quite striking that when I explicitly upload a car life video with a thumbnail that's explicitly about living in a car, I get more views. And I think that's non-subscribed viewers that are interested in van life and car life and location independence. Whereas the ones that are just about Ventnor get fewer views, but more of those viewers are subscribers. So it's a really nice mix. But it'd be quite nice to know what proportion of the people that are mainly looking for Ventnor videos also watch my car life, car dwelling videos. Right. Beginning to cloud up a bit now. It's been lovely this morning, lovely and sunny and warm. Lots of wall lizards out earlier. They've kind of got into cover again now. It's cooled down a bit. We're definitely spoilt in Ventnor. It's very beautiful, it's a bit chaotic, with the land subsidence and the roads being perpetually in upheaval, because Island Rose is pretty incompetent. But it adds to the charm, I think. Must remember to keep an eye on the phone to see if I've got a message about traffic wardens. Although I did buy a ticket, I can't remember what time it goes till, so I can't walk very far. And there were traffic wardens around yesterday, so I don't want my payment to lapse, sort of thing, and to get a parking ticket. So I'm going to go up to the zigzag road, sort of turn off just up here and go down that way, I think. Drop back down into town. What's that circling up there? Bird of prey, I think. What is it? It looks like a buzzard. Yeah, one of the local buzzards being harassed by a jackdaw. What's quite striking is just how bad the visible bird migration has been so far this autumn. I've not been here much, I've been in Dorset a lot, but I've had very few really good days when there's been lots and lots of migrating pipits and finches going through. So I've either missed it all or it hasn't really started yet. It hasn't been cold. It really starts when it's cold, I think. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a bit more cold, a bit more of a cold snap, which the Met Office have been forecasting for ages now. Hasn't happened. But if it does happen, then the old visible migration of stuff might kick off again. Fingers crossed. So there's 3 buzzards now circling around. This is one just on the corner here. This house is there, cabbage palms is a popular spot for black redstart. Normally around about this time of year, but I can't see any at the moment. Let's go down onto Bellevue Road, drop back down. Certainly did this building up quite nice. Came kind of semi-derelict, if anything, at one stage, and it was all done up, and I assume it's now either rented out as individual units or sold as individual flats. Certainly done a nice job there. I think I'll leave this one here because it's going to be a very long walking video otherwise, which I didn't really intend. It's only going to be a short walk, gone further than I thought, so we'll end it here. Thank you for following along with me, and do subscribe, and see you on the next video, which will be very shortly with any luck. So I hope you're enjoying this video about Ventnor and the Undercliff. If so, then don't forget there are 2 books that I've written. One, Bird Watching Around Ventnor, creatively named, and the second one is Wildlife Watching Around Ventnor. Just short books about the local area that are the subject of this video. Available on Amazon. I'll put a link below for this video, and you can also order it from the library, and it's available in all major bookshops, both of these little booklets, and in a few shops along the Esplanade, like the Longshoremen's Museum and Lady Scarlett's Tea Room as well. But yeah, I'll put a link to the description if you want a slightly deeper dive into the Isle of Wight Undercliff. Then these 2 little booklets might be of interest to you. Just go onto Amazon otherwise and just search for Steve Jones and Ventnor, and you should find them.